Welcome to the Rival Talks, Anthony. Today we're going to be having an insightful conversation. Today's conversation is going to be about mindful eating and a healthy relationship with food. So overall, I want to be able to get some dialogue in regards to my personal life, and then we could just dive into some food and eating, habits and, techniques and strategies and stuff like that, right? So growing up, one of my favorite treats were like zebra cakes, and going to like the convenience store, and obviously like any other kid, like honey buns and different like treats like that, right? But overall, just kind of fast forwarding, I'm not on that type of time no more. I had to make those proper adjustments because I realized those foods were impacting my performance, impacting my mood, and impacting my overall mental health, which why we're here today, right? So I really want to bring some attention in regards to mindful eating, which is a powerful tool that can transform your relationship when it comes to food, leading to more improved physical and mental health, and overall helping your well-being. So I really want you guys to be able to be the best self, reach your best potential, get to where you guys need to be, and have that live in everlasting type of life by really being mindful about your eating. So understanding mindful eating, right? So for those out there that's like, what are we talking about? What is mindful eating? So basically what it is paying attention to the process of eating without distractions. So you're really being attentive, you have that awareness, and you understand what you're putting into your body. So you're not on the phone, you're not using technology, you're not eating, and having different distractions around. You're really understanding what's going on, right? So overall, the benefits when it comes to mindful eating is, number one, we'll start with improved eating behavior. So mindful eating can lead to slower eating, which is increasing the fact of, the awareness of hunger and safety cues, and reducing emotional eating as well, right? So when we're being more mindful, it improves our eating habits because we're eating slow, we're being more intentional, we know what's going on, and it increases our safety cues as well. So we're regulating ourselves as well. We know when to stop. Number two, we're going to slide into some weight management, which is a big concern for people because we all want to lose weight, be slim, be fit, all type of things like that, which is fine. But meanwhile, it's not leading to like significant weight loss, which is our main, fixation that we want, but it can lead to helping us with weight management, my apologies, by promoting healthier eating habits and reducing overeating. So, by being mindful, by being intentional, this can really help us with the weight management and regulation, having that balance by making sure that we are not overeating and we're having that balance. The next is going to be reduce stress and anxiety. So mindfulness practices such as like breathing and all those type of stuff like that, including the mindful eating and being, like I said, intentional about what's going into our body, has been linked to decreased stress, anxiety, and depression. So by being balanced, making sure we're putting all these like healthy stuff in our body, fruits, vegetables, and all that type of stuff like that. But just overall, just practicing that mindfulness and making sure that our mind is balanced, leveled, and we have that awareness will help us reduce the stress and the anxiety. Next is going to be about improved digestion and health. So mindful eating is leading us to that better digestion by reducing the stress, promoting slower eating, and allowing the body to properly process all the food, so it allows us to digest. So we're not cramming all these food into our body, we're not having distractions, we're not doing all this excessive stuff and putting all this bad stuff in our body. It allows our body to properly function as humans and break the stuff down for digestion. So understanding mindful eating will help us in these all aspects to be able to have us having better physical health and mental health as well, right? So let's slide into some practical tips for mindful eating. I want us to create a mindful eating environment, right? So choose a calm and peaceful setting where you're able to, feel comfortable when you're eating your food. You can feel like you're attentive, you know what's going on. And then you're able to also turn off distractions such as like the TV or phones, which is able to kind of keep you grounded and balanced, and not overeating. Because sometimes when you're watching TV, you won't even realize it, but you already a couple, you already a couple chews in, or you already a couple pounds in, depending on what you're eating. But The next is going to be about use attractive plates and utensils that are meaningful to you, that make you feel comfortable. You know what I mean, when you're eating your food and stuff like that, which is a little thing. But the next is going to be about engage in senses. So really just try to use some five senses, like your sight, which is, appreciating the food, the appearance of it. Someone took time to develop this art, you know what I mean, to get the plate looking like the way it is. Next is going to be smell, you know what I mean, like inhale the aroma of the food, like it smells good, you know what I mean. Engage with, the eating experience. Taste, make sure you're savoring, every bite slowly, you know what I mean, taking your time, making sure your body's able to digest and you're not cramming all that food in too fast, you know what I mean. And then the touch, you know what I mean, so feel the texture of the food, you know what I mean, like different food out here, you know what I mean, depending on what you're eating. The next is going to be practice mindful eating techniques, which is going to, entail mindful eating meditation. Sounds kind of different, but overall it's meditation, which is able to kind of cultivate that mindfulness, like I said, to keep you grounded, keep your awareness up, and, overall balance, and having you feeling like relaxed, you know what I mean, in a sense. The next is going to be slow eating, which is slow eating is going to be able to help you to, eat slowly and chew thoroughly, which you're able to kind of, like I said, give your body that proper digestion. Next is going to be about portion control. So I want you guys to be mindful about the portion sizes, and what your consumption is, especially for those out there that are trying to get themselves right when it comes to their health and fit and lose some weight, whatever, and all that type of stuff like that, which is a great aspect towards your health. For instance, like rice or what was it? Or like the oily foods and like the chickens and stuff like that, which is protein, that's not no problem. But like the fried foods, like really be aware of the proportions and what kind of foods that you put into your body. Try to educate yourself in a way, you know what I mean, when it comes to nutrition. So really be mindful about the portion sizes in that aspect. Next is going to be about listening to hunger and fullness cues. You know what I mean? Pay attention to your body's signals. When your body's urging you, like, all right, enough's enough, you know what I mean? Enough is enough. So cool it, chill out, you know what I mean? Like, let your body digest and, you know what I mean, transition and process, right? The next is going to be challenge mindful eating myths. So address common misconceptions about mindful eating. You know what I mean? Someone's telling you something, and obviously if it's unsettling, it doesn't make no sense. Really look into those misconceptions, false beliefs and stuff like that, and do what's best for yourself, because this is your body, you know what I mean? And I don't want you to put yourself into no hospital and have, this is a beyond the throw up experience, you know what I mean? So I really want you to make sure that your health is good, your physical is good, and your mental health and all those aspects is going to be good for your well-being. So overall, evaluate myths, evaluate some challenges and these misconceptions, so you're able to move in a positive way. The next component we're going to be able to talk about today is going to be overcoming challenges regarding, and maintaining our mindful eating practice. So we're going to start off with common challenges. One is going to be time constraints. Next is going to be about emotional eating, and next is going to be about social eating. So when it comes to time constraints, it's about recognizing the time that you're eating. So try not to eat too late, because obviously it takes time for your body to digest that food. So you maybe start gaining a little bit more weight. For those out there, for me, even myself, like my security job, like, sitting down is not good for the body. So when you're eating and, you're not giving yourself, that exercise and that physical practice and stuff like that, you may recognize that you're getting a little bit more weight. So when you're eating too late, it may not, be a good attribute for your body. So I want you to realize that obstacle as well. So be that time constraint. Emotional eating is when you're feeling a little down, recognizing, this may not be the best time to just be eating, because you could be overeating. So recognize that as well. And then social eating, you know what I mean? So it's good to be interacting and stuff like that and going out. But when you're, like I said earlier, when your body's telling you enough's enough, you're full, you know what I mean? You can stop. Just because other people are doing their thing doesn't mean you got to just be eating because other people are eating, you know what I mean? So recognize that. The next is going to be about strategies for overcoming challenges. Overguard, we're still in the hurdle of, obstacles as well. But some strategies for overcoming challenges is going to be about time management. Like I mentioned earlier, about this could also, be planning meals and snacks. You know what I mean? Some people do, meal preps and stuff like that. And like I said, they're planning when they're going to have a proper snack or their meal at the appropriate time. Another, like what I mentioned earlier about that emotional regulation, ties into the practice mindfulness techniques. So make sure you're doing breathing, you're regulating yourself, you're making sure that you're giving yourself that awareness and that balance. And as I mentioned earlier, a social eating tip would be about be mindful of your choices. When it comes to your eating, you know what I mean? Like I said, for instance, if you're going out to eat, you don't gotta just eat because people are eating. But if someone's eating food of their choice, whatever, it doesn't mean you got to get the same thing. Like, be mindful about your decisions, be authentic, be original, be who you are, eat what you want to eat, but at the same time too, be mindful about the choices, you know what I mean? Because the things that you put in your body today affect you for the future. I also want us to take into consideration about building a stable, mindful eating practice. So start small. Change doesn't just happen overnight. For us to get to where we need to be, it's a process, but I really want us to get the steps down pat and then make the proper actionable steps. So like I said, start small, begin with simple changes, and then gradually just start to expand. I want you also to be patient. Process takes time. Like I said, things don't just happen overnight. You can't build no period overnight. You can't build no house overnight. A car ain't gonna come overnight. Everything's a process. Good things take time. The next is gonna be celebrate your success. So as you're, reducing weight, you're changing your ways. You stop eating too much candy, or you're seeing your mental, your wellness, you're getting that clarity. Really want you to celebrate your success. Take yourself out. Do something that's gonna be able to reward yourself when it comes to your efforts. Because just even you trying, I just really want you to even just give yourself a pat on the back, really just love yourself, give yourself that compassion. But overall, we talked about, some benefits, we talked about some practices, and we talked about the importance of mindful eating and how it impacts our mental health and our physicality as well. For those out there that love food, I love food too, but like I said, we gotta be mindful because like I said, it impacts our wellness, our emotions, our feelings, and also how we interact with other people as well. So overall, I want you guys to have good health and good mental health. So please tune in for more content on the way, but take it easy. If you found this video beneficial, share it. You already know what's up. See you on the next one.